Okay, so now let's actually give our player some ammo when we pick it up for our weapons or for what we are holding in our inventory. Um, let's start with the container because we only are able to add stuff to it. We cannot we can only add we can only add items. We cannot add amounts to it. So we're gonna make a method for it. So let's make a public void put. Um, we need a name of which type and an amount. Now we need to get our container by its name. So let's copy this over and change this expression to read where name equals the name. If container item equals null, just return. So we don't do anything if we are picking up something which our player doesn't have or container doesn't have. Now, otherwise we will say container item and then we need to we have a get, so let's call this set an amount. We don't have this method right now, so we could make a refactor it so it will create our method for us. Now we just say where we want it, so let's put it below our get. There we go. And now we say amount taken, and we remove the amount. Yeah, is this correct? Yeah, because we have a maximum amount taken, so we deduct from the amount taken because we are getting items from it. Now, if the amount taken drops below 0, the amount taken simply stays 0. Okay? So that now we can add items to our container items. Now let's head over to our pickup item. Our pickup item already checks if we are the player, so we know we are a player. So we could go for item and get component. Let's see, container. So var player inventory equals the container. Right now we it's in the child, I believe. Player, yeah, it's in the inventory. So let's make it get component in children. Right now we only have one container for a player, so it's safe to do it like this. Then we should say player inventory add, put. And now we need to know the type of the container slot we want to add as more to it, or replenish it, whatever you want to call it. But let's see, if we look at the weapon reloader, which adds it to our to the container. Yeah, we're gonna change that. So let's make a new enum script here. Let's call this e weapon type. Open it up. Save it. And remove the mono behavior. And change the public class to read public enum. And let's make two. One assault rifle and one for shotgun. So you could easily add more weapon types here by just adding them here. It's not necessarily needed to make this uppercase though. Alright, now in our weapon reloader we make a new field for the And do we need this serialized or public? Let's make it serializable first. Weapon type, and instead of adding the name, we say add weapon type to string. So it will simply add the value from the enum. Now to our assault rifle, let's add the weapon type. Oh wait, I'm making a mistake. Yeah, I need to compile it before it shows up in the editor. There it goes, the weapon type. So I can change it here. But this one is assault rifle. The shotgun. Let's change it to shotgun. And now in our, let's call this a assault rifle ammo. Well, we change this later, the way it looks. Let's open up the ammo pickup. Let's make this also a serializable field. Weapon type. So now we say to the pickup item, we say of which type it is. For the ammo pickup class, of course. Alright, we probably want to respawn it after a few minutes, or so let's call this respawn time, and also an integer of the amount of ammo it will give us when we pick it up. Okay, so let's say respawn time is in 15 seconds or something. The amount we are getting is 20. Now when we pick it up, we go game manager, instance timer, add. Did we do the respawner maybe? Yeah, respawner. So despawn game object in respawn time. Okay, that's very handy. You see right now that we don't have to write the code for it anymore. And we say game item put the weapon type to string, and what kind of amount is the amount. Okay, now let's see if it works. So let's take a look at our inventory. I got for the assault rifle 0 taken. So I fire a few rounds, I reload. So 12 is taken. Now I walk over the block, and now it says amount taken 0. So it replenished my ammo. So I could go on forever and ever now. Now there it is again, it respawned. Now let's make a few more bullets. So it's 24, drop over it, and we still have 4 taken. So that works the way we want, but the ammo counter isn't updated. So what we need to do, we need to trigger our update, our ammo changed method from our reloader, because we have the on ammo change, which will trigger, which will raise the event to change this from our UI script. So let's make a public void handle on ammo changed, which will do exactly this. And for those both methods, change this handle to handle on ammo change. So it will be exactly the same, but now we are able to call this method from outside our weapon reloader. Let's go back to our ammo pickup, and now let's get the reference to our active weapon. I mean, it doesn't really matter if we are picking up ammo of our currently not equipped weapon. It doesn't really matter that it triggers an ammo change. But if we have the weapon equipped, we could see it already making changes from our inventory. So let's say item get component player, which has the player shoot, which has the active weapon and the reloader, and then we say handle on ammo changed. This is not really. I usually try to reduce the amount of dots. I mean, not to go over like 4. This is maybe a lot, so we will probably refactor this later on, because we're not even checking if we have a reloader here right now. But yeah, let's see if it works. So I reload. It goes back to 113 and go over, and now it takes back to 120, but it won't go over because we handled that right here. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Or we could do the let's make a better cube, or maybe a better model for this. So let's remove the cube. Let's add a new 3D object. Let's call this. Let's make use of maybe a sphere. No, not a square. No. Cylinder. Must be better. Yeah, let's scale this down a little bit. Like so. Even more. Something like this, I think. Yeah. Also make a new material. So let's just duplicate the assault rifle. Let's call this assault rifle ammo. We can keep the same color. Assign this. Yeah. We can remove the capsule glider from our cylinder as well. Okay. Let's bring this down to the floor. Something like this. Okay, this looks better. Now, let's duplicate this a few times. Of course, we need to duplicate the. Oh, better yet, let's make a prefab out of this first. There we go. So let's call this, instead of a rifle ammo, let's call this rifle ammo pickup. Or even better, make a script folder pickups. And this is just going to be assault rifle ammo. Okay. Now, if we duplicate this and we add another one here and another one here. Okay. Then we are able to pick up all kinds of ammo, so we don't run out of any ammo. Okay, let's do it for our assault rifle as well, or our shotgun too. That should be really straightforward. Let's duplicate the assault rifle. Let's move it here. Duplicate the material. Let's call this shotgun. There's a typo here, double L. So the shotgun ammo, let's change the color a little bit so we can better see what we are picking up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's change the game object to read the shotgun ammo, make a prefab out of it, and change the material of the cylinder to our shotgun ammo. Why I'm not seeing anything being changed? It's the assault rifle, but why am I not able to drop it on? Let's try it again. There it goes. Probably missed it somehow. Changes to shotgun. Respawn can be at 20 as well, or at 15 as well. Let's reduce this to 12. Maybe even less, but change to a weapon. Reload it, and we can pick it up. So that's the way it works. See you in the next video, guys.